What's going on, guys? We're working on the integra here. I'm going to change the brake lines. I found out where it was leaking last night. It's in the middle of the car, like I kind of figured, and it's the two back ones. So I'm going to show you how you can change your own brake lines. So here's basically everything you need, and a 10mm wrench. Mine's a little ghetto, but works. So you got a cutter, flaring tool, and a bender. And these are the fittings that you'll need. That's part number. You can just buy a bag of these off of Jegs. They fit all Hondas and Acuras. I use these same exact ones on a CRV. And then you'll need some brake line. This is zinc, cheap, shitty brake line because I don't really care. So, over here, you can see it's already leaking because I already loosened these. These two right here are for the rear. So you'll want to crack those, and those are both 10mm. And then if you just jack the car up a little bit, right there is another 10mm. And you can just crack, I already cracked that, but you can just loosen that. And on the other side here, there is the other one. Now basically, I don't have enough line to do both. I think I might have enough to do one. So we'll do that for now. But basically, one of these will go on the line like that, and then this will get flared with this, and then you'll screw that into the front there where I showed you where that is. And I'm going to do minimal bends as possible because I'm kind of lazy. And then same thing, and then one will go in like the rear. But I'm basically just going to bend it so it goes from there down under, and then I'll make that bend there by the tire, and it'll just be straight across the bottom of the car. And then I'm going to zip tie it to the underbody of the car. I wouldn't recommend that if you have a nice car or you want to do it all professionally. This is just a cheap, easy, not very much labor job to get the brake lines fixed, just so I can drive the car and, you know, maybe do some sweet autocross with it or something, or some burnouts. I'm at least going to do a couple burnouts with it. And then maybe go to a parking lot and set up some cones and, you know, maybe slam on the brakes or hit the e-brake doing like 90 and just see what happens. Basically, you want something like that. So there's the new line. I just kind of ran up there, and I will bend it and cut off excess or whatever. And for right now, you know, it's just laying on the ground. It just goes underneath the car. It's up over here, and it goes down through that firewall, whatever you want to call it, where the other ones are going through. And then I'll bend this and cut the excess, whatever, and I'll put it on there. I'll pull it tight from probably this side, So whichever side you do first. And then when that's tight up underneath there, then... Alright, so this is basically what you'll want. You'll take the adapter for the size of line you have, which this is 3/16, and then you put it in the hole for that size, because there's different size holes, and you want to make sure these are really tight, and you let it overhang a little bit, line over here, and then you tighten this over there. Let's see if I can do this while holding the camera. This is really hard trying to do this on camera. And I might have did it crooked. You want to make sure you're not in there crooked, which I totally just did, but it might still work. We'll see. It's so hard to do with a tire and a camera. That should work a little bit, I think. So this is basically what you want right here. After you flare it, see, and it gets stuck down there. And then all you'll do, well, I gotta bend that, but you're gonna take this and you'll just thread into this. This one did. Maybe I can just bend it by hand. Hold on. Alright, so I ran into a problem. For some reason those fittings wouldn't fit right. So I ended up reusing the two fittings from this. And this was the fitting from the front. And the one from the rear is in the front because it was kind of rounded off and it's easier to reach that one. So there it is, hooked up, the new line. There's the old one. That's really tight. And here's the new line up here. And it goes down through the firewall.